there's a comedian named Tim Dillon. I think Tom Dillon, Tim Dillon. Someone sent me this thing. So he's there's like a thing on YouTube. He one guy's dressed up as a Trump supporter and one guy's dressed up as a Biden supporter,
Yeah.
and there's like some dramatic music, and they beat the crap out of each other. They're punching each other's face and doing wrestling moves and throwing each other to the ground until they're all bloody, just beating each other up. And they fight for like 2 minutes, and then the last 30 seconds they're like in the car getting like tacos together at like takeout. They're like, I didn't even, like, oh my god, yeah, oh yeah, how's your kids? Oh good. How's your kids? Oh good. It's like, oh, I guess we'll take the kids to soccer this weekend or whatever. You want tacos? We can always agree on tacos. And it's like,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
it's
That's
so clear, like,
exactly. First of all, that's good comedy. Kudos to that comedian. I respect this kind of
yeah.
comedy. I think comedy in general is an important, super important force, and we can talk about why. There's also, of course, from a Kabbalistic perspective, humor is a very interesting state that a person is in. It's a state between states. It's something that represents a certain kind of exit from your current state of thinking that enables an entry for new ideas to come in. Humor is a very interesting situation. Comedy is an important part of society and in our evolution as well. And I think this kind of comedy is that clip. I don't know about these other things, but that kind of thing is worthy of praise because it shows. And it's the same thing that I was trying to say with this beautiful story that this lady shared on Facebook with the political nemesis of her. That this is the kind of stuff that we need to show, that we are not showing. This is the kind of
New York Times did. Yeah, the New York Times did an article about it here. So while all of the politicians are dividing us and everyone's fighting, so
yeah,
science
and media and the media
like,
is dividing us all the time. Yeah,
right, there's collaborations that are happening on a level that have never
right.
happened
How
before.
much
So
light does this see though? How much publicity does it get? These
almost
collab.
none, almost none. But here's the point. When I looked at these election results, and I get nauseous if I have to pull it up again now to look at it. I probably looked at it 1,000 times already, but it blew my mind. How is it possible that one is getting 49.7 and the other one's getting 49 point? Like it's like a split. Like how? It means every other person is your total enemy in this country. No, no, it is not. They are not your total enemy. And they are probably mostly like you. And they are not demons and sexist, racist.
There you go.
It's the same thing. Nazism was not a German thing. It's like you can take any people, and with enough, what did Goebbels say? The propaganda guy for the Nazis is like, if you repeat something enough
Yeah.
times, it becomes the truth.
Yeah, if you repeat it, yeah, something like that. Something like that. I was gonna say there's also, yeah, if you repeat something, that's propaganda wise. Science, social psychology wise, there's the famous experiment where you take kids and just by the merit of dividing them to groups of blue and red, regardless of what actual meaning the groups have, just by the fact of dividing people and giving them different costumes, you're already creating hostility and anxiety and all that because it has to do with our survival instinct and our negativity bias and so on. And so and what we need, just like you said, man, what we need to overcome that is we need to see the opposite examples. We need to be, and going back to comedy, we need to be, I saw Deborah there was saying, about comedy that the best humor is the one that brings both sides to the middle. I think yeah, and more than that, it's also humor allows us, comedy allows us to get out of our nature for a second, to get out of our zone for a second, to get out of who we are and what we are and what's our story about who we are and who we vote for and all that, and suddenly just for a second zoom out, get a new context, recontextualize things, look at things from a side. And I don't want to be, again, negative here again, but this is why I see a lot of those shows today. I'm not going to even, name names, but all of these, typically those daily shows that were supposed to be, comedy shows, humoristic things that are supposed to do that functions, but they have been so co-opted, maybe it is a good word to use. They have been so corrupted, not by, just because of the inertia of this egoistic paradigm that we're living in, that even comedy today is so politicized. And you look at these daily shows, and today, you know, if you want to watch left news, you watch this channel. If you want to watch right news, you watch that channel. Today it's even with comedy shows, right? You want to watch left comedy, you want to watch the left mocking the right, watch this channel with this comedian. You want to watch the other side, while mocking the other side, watch that comedian. And that, what that does, sure, it maybe bring up a laugh, but we actually are even not fully using the function of comedy, which enables us to come out of ourselves and laugh at our own nature.
I think that the greatest thing about comedy, what makes it funny, is that it's true. So like you're exposing truth, but in like a kind of like from the backside, like from the ass. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like what makes it funny. Are you frozen?
Yeah, no.
Stunned that I said ass on the live show. No, you're like comedy. The thing that makes comedy so funny is it's like, oh, it's true. You know, that's true.
Yeah, it exposes the truths that we all know are there, but we are not necessarily always, you know, thinking about. But I'm saying that very thing has an important function for the health of society. And in a society where comedy and more of it is becoming politicized as well, this is not a good sign. This is where, you know, because comedy is one of the mechanisms for us to come out of our, you know, of our current hate towards each other and come out of our own nature for a second and look at it from a side.